Waves presentation.
Tonight, a neighborhood in fear.
Residents don't feel safe in their own homes because of several terrifying home invasion attacks. Good evening, I'm Larry Menti.
And I'm Renee Chenault. Our top story on News 10 at 11, word just into our newsroom of an arrest just within the last hour in connection with the violent South Jersey home invasions, each time a woman was attacked. Let's look at exactly where this is happening. Vineland, New Jersey, in the top corner of Cumberland County. That's where News 10's Tim Lake is live with the breaking details. Tim.
Renee, good evening. This will certainly be comforting news to the people of Vineland. Police say just a short time ago they made an arrest and have taken a suspect into custody. He's been identified as 18-year-old Joseph Bell, arrested here in Vineland, New Jersey. Now, police describe these as home invasions, where the people would invade the home when residents were still inside. Apparently, each time they would cut a window screen to get inside. Police say the break-ins and sexual attacks occurred in a fashionable neighborhood on Vineland's east side. The county prosecutor is warning residents of a rapist on the loose.
Let me tell you something. This is a shock to me.
It's a quiet, close-knit neighborhood where residents are now taking extra precautions.
Well, I think they should be extra secure in closing, their doors and their windows and keeping extra security.
Vineland police are looking for 1 or 2 men who burst into a home on Overbrook Road and robbed and sexually assaulted a 62-year-old woman who lives alone. Then, within walking distance on Grandview Street, police say one man broke in and attempted to assault a 15-year-old girl. Later, a short walk away, a man broke into a house on Evergreen Street and raped and assaulted a 31-year-old woman. Police are convinced they're related.
A lot of times people say that the incidents aren't related, but I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure out these look like they're related to me.
Many neighbors decline to talk on television, but they say locks and security alarms will be double-checked till the suspect is caught.
Absolutely. Lock up, keep your lights on. Just be aware that this has happened in our area, and it doesn't happen all the time. I mean, this happens very rare, so just be more careful, that's all.
Now, once again, since that report was prepared tonight, police have said just a short time ago they've made an arrest. Their suspect is 18-year-old Joseph Bell, arrested in Vineland, now at the police station. And they say he'll be taken to the Cumberland County Jail later tonight. Live in Vineland, I'm Tim Lake, News 10.
All right, Tim. Well, even with the arrest, police are urging people to tighten security around their homes as much as possible. These tips should become standard procedure at your house. Put your outside lights on, keep your doors and windows locked at night, and report anything suspicious in your neighborhood to your local police.
Philadelphia police are on the hunt for a rape suspect tonight, and they hope a surveillance videotape you saw first on News 10 at 5 can help crack the case. Police want to talk to the man seen entering this 7-Eleven in Overbrook the morning of July 31st. The man has a beard and is wearing glasses, a plaid shirt, and khaki shorts. Police believe the suspect raped a woman he met at the convenience store. Anyone with information should call Philadelphia police. Tonight, police have charged 21-year-old Robert Pizecco with murdering and dismembering his roommate. 58-year-old Ronald Updegrade was the roommate. News 10 in Ben Salem, where police removed Updegrade's torso from the Salem Harbor apartments. Authorities say Pizecco killed Updegrade with a hammer, cut up the body with a saw, and dumped the arms and legs in several trash bins. According to court records, Pizecco murdered his roommate after Updegrade asked him to perform a sex act in lieu of back rent. Some Germantown residents are back home tonight after being evacuated when police discovered an illegal drug lab. News 10 in Germantown on Horder Street as police moved in. The extra precautions were ordered because police worried that chemicals used to make methamphetamines might explode. 38-year-old Thomas Kimball was busted on federal charges. Kimball will plead not guilty. A preliminary hearing was postponed for Marie No, the Kensington woman accused of killing 8 of her children. News 10 in Center City as Mrs. No's husband, Arthur, left court. He refused to comment. Prosecutors say they have 15 witnesses ready to testify against Mrs. No. She allegedly smothered her children over a 29-year span from 1949 to 1968. No's attorney told the judge he needs more time to prepare a defense. And tonight, a 13-year-old boy stands accused in the death of a woman at this Montgomery campground. The teenager allegedly shot 25-year-old Sarah Horvath in the head early Monday morning. He's charged with involuntary manslaughter. Authorities say Horvath and the teenager both believed the gun was not loaded.
2 people are being held as suspects tonight in connection with the embassy bombings that killed 257 people in Kenya and Tanzania. Those suspects were arrested in Kenya and have not yet been fully questioned. U.S. officials say they are not from Kenya, but they will not reveal their nationality. Well, this could be the major break investigators have been looking for, a vehicle that's believed to have carried the bomb that caused so much damage in Nairobi. The State Department revealed today the ambassador to Kenya, Prudence Bushnell, reported that security was inadequate way back in December. The State Department says it did not have the money to make improvements. Also in Nairobi, this solemn ceremony today to end the search for survivors. A Red Cross spokesperson says it is devastating that there's no one left to rescue. 5 people, all of them Kenyans, are still missing. And back in the States, a plane carrying injured Americans arrived at Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland. 7 people made the trip, some on stretchers, some able to walk. The bodies of 10 American victims will arrive at Andrews tomorrow. NBC News and News 10 will bring you live coverage.
Tonight, not much damage is visible after an earthquake that hit Northern California early today. The epicenter of the 5.4 magnitude quake was located near the town of San Juan Bautista, about 80 miles south of San Francisco. The quake wasn't a mighty jolt, but it did leave its marks. The trembler opened up cracks in Highway 101. Engineers checked the major roadway before declaring it safe for travel. The quake also knocked this RV off its cinder blocks. 2 people suffered minor injuries. Tonight, sharks at the shore. Swimmers were rushed out of the surf several times in the last couple of days because of sightings of the potential man-eaters off the coast. News 10's Doug Schimel is live down the shore in Ship Bottom, Ocean City with more on this story. Doug.
Yeah, you take things like today's closure of the 20th Street Beach a lot more seriously when you find out that just up the road in Surf City over the weekend, a guy with a surf casting rod caught an 8-foot shark, and experts say that is rare. That's very heavy. They're catching 70-pound tuna aboard the Shark these days because the real ones in the deep aren't there.
We used to do a lot of shark fishing. It was very productive. Lately, it hasn't really been. The season's been a little short.
Ready? You'd think all the shark have been hanging just offshore after the recent rash of sightings and beach closures on Long Beach Island. Lifeguards had to close 2 beaches and pull swimmers out after the latest scare in the town of Ship Bottom.
I was out a little past the breakers and seen 3 shadows coming toward the wave that was coming in. So went over, checked it out. It was looked like 3 brown sharks.
Farther south in Ocean City, Chopper 10 caught the other creatures that have been unnerving swimmers. Manta rays lured in by warmer than usual water.
The skates are supposedly coming in, feeding on the clams, and then the sharks are coming in, chasing the skates, and sometimes feeding on the skates. So it seems like we're developing almost an ecosystem right out here on our beaches, which is not a good situation.
The lifeguards say the beach patrols and the closures are going to continue so long as those shadows beneath the surface insist on putting a ripple in late summer. Now, some people have suggested that a few of these shark sightings might actually be porpoises, but when you put that to some of the witnesses, they will tell you wide-eyed that they know what they saw. Live in Ship Bottom, I'm Doug Schimel, News 10.
Porpoises, sharks, stingrays. There are some scientific reasons for all these strange, fishy sightings down the shore.
News 10's meteorologist John Bolaris has more.
Yeah, I'll be answering that burning question tonight, why the ocean off the Jersey coast is so warm. I'll answer that, plus your 5-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Renee?
All right, John. Also ahead, many of you just watched the exciting raising of the Titanic. Coming up, we'll show you where you can go to see it for yourself. It's just a car ride away from Philadelphia.
All was fine on the launch pad, then seconds later, disaster for NASA.
Plus, a real-life organ donor story. We'll tell you how a local program to save lives is going nationwide.
You're watching News 10 at 11.
Increasing vandalism and break-ins at a park and ride lot. News 10 in Cornwallis Heights tonight, where state police now use unmarked cars and video surveillance. Officers say that over the past few weeks, someone has been smashing car windows and stealing valuables. Police expect an arrest soon.
Philadelphia police tonight asked residents for help in the Operation Sunrise cleanup of their neighborhood, and officers got plenty of suggestions. News 10 at Stetson Middle School in West Kensington. Police Commissioner John Timoney was there. Neighbors gave officers ideas and expressed confidence in the effort to remove drugs and violence in West Kensington and Fairhill. Just this week, police expanded their target area to cover more blocks. Also, Philadelphia police get a new contract. Find out what they're saying about it.
Plus, the Titanic has been plucked from its watery grave at the bottom of the Atlantic.
We'll tell you where you can see it in person as News 10 continues. Miniature golf and water ice. It doesn't get much better than that on a summer night in Hamilton, New Jersey. We'll tell you how long this pleasant weather will last in the exclusive Earthwatch forecast just ahead on News 10. But first tonight, Philadelphia police are hailing their new labor contract. Fraternal Order of Police President Richard Costello calls the new 2-year deal, quote, a step in the right direction. The contract offers a 7% pay hike, a bonus increase for veteran officers, and a boost in pension benefits. Police also got a boost tonight from inline skaters on the lookout for crime. News 10 on Race Near Broad, where the inline Town Watch team received new street signs in Center City. The Volunteers on Wheels also expanded the area they patrol to include Old City and Society Hill. The skaters have helped police as extra sets of eyes and ears on their nightly patrols.
Tonight, a $1.2 billion settlement has been reached over Holocaust assets lost during World War II. Jewish groups, Swiss banks, and lawyers for Holocaust survivors reached an agreement to be paid over 3 years. Now, right before World War II, Holocaust victims put money in Swiss banks as the Nazis gained power. But according to Jewish officials, later those banks stonewalled efforts to retrieve the money. A military misfire is under investigation after an Air Force rocket blew up moments after launch. All systems were go at Cape Canaveral at first. Then the launch commander said, oh no. The rocket was reportedly carrying a super-secret spy satellite worth a whopping $1 billion.
Tonight on NBC 10, you were a witness to history. The latest attempt to raise part of the Titanic from the bottom of the sea was a success. This was Dateline NBC's exclusive coverage from the North Atlantic Ocean. A mini-sub loaded with cameras beamed pictures of the salvage operation from 2.5 miles beneath the surface. The bold group of scientists and explorers dredged up the section of Titanic's hull. Now it will go to a Titanic exhibit in Boston. NBC reporter Dan Housley is there.
They're very excited about getting that piece of the Titanic here, the biggest piece ever brought up, certainly the biggest piece in this exhibit. If you take a look at this replica of the bow of the Titanic, this piece would be about 3/4 of the size of that hole in the ship there. It has 4 portals, so if you move up and consider the 4 portals there, that's about the size of the piece. It's 23 feet long, 14 feet wide. It's 5 feet thick, and that apparently surprised them. They didn't expect that. This piece didn't come off the Titanic itself. It was found in the debris field about 10 miles away from the ship itself on the ocean floor. In fact, this picture here shows you the piece on the ocean floor. When they bring it here to exhibit it, of course, they're not just going to stick it up on the wall. There's going to be a specially constructed tank to put it in because they have to keep it inside water. We'll be able to view it at the same time, and scientists will be working on it while it's on display here. What they're going to be looking for is some answers about how the Titanic broke up when it hit the ocean floor, because this piece came from very close to the place where it did break up. So it'll be interesting to watch and interesting for the scientists to take a look at. In Boston, Dan Housley, News 10.
Organ donation is the gift of life, but 10 people die every day waiting for organ transplants. Tonight, News 10 medical editor Sherry Bank looks at a new program that may increase donations.
No way he's going to do this.
Oh, my goodness! This is Michael McVeigh, a Boy Scout, a typical 14-year-old boy.
Michael was your all-American boy. He played baseball, he rode his bike, he fished, he rock climbed, he canoed.
3 years ago, Michael and a friend were behind this neighborhood building swinging on a rope.
They threw a rope up over the rafters and tied a board onto the bottom of it and were swinging on it, and Michael was swinging when it broke and he hit his head.
Michael later died.
Even in her overwhelming grief, Michael's mother made a decision to save someone else's life. She decided to donate Michael's organs.
3 years ago, Santos Felix didn't know if he would live another year. He was in a coma, suffering from hepatitis C, in desperate need of a liver transplant.
I knew that I could die, but I knew that at the same time too, that it might be somebody out there that will give me a second chance in life.
That somebody was Michael.
He was so young that he didn't get to see so many things in life that he's giving me a chance to see again, because if it hadn't been for him, I would have been dead probably by now.
Organ donations in the Delaware Valley are up 40% in the last 3 years.
One reason for that, a program that requires hospitals to contact the transplant program whenever a patient dies.
What that does is allow the donor program, based on today's criteria, determine who's suitable to donate organs and tissues.
Pennsylvania's program is so successful, a similar federal program will be launched by the end of August nationwide. It will require hospitals to call in all deaths to transplant programs.
One of the program transplant coordinators would make the approach to the family in a very sensitive and caring manner.
To be an organ donor in Pennsylvania and Delaware, all you have to do is say yes when you sign up for your driver's license.
But if you don't tell your relatives about your decision to be a donor, they may not let a transplant take place after you die.
And you know it's already bloomed.
So let family and friends know about your decision. It could save someone's life.
Good job, Michael.
Sherry Bank, News 10.
All right, so just about an hour, right, and the meteors should be shooting across the sky.
They're actually out there right now.
Oh, great.
But the best viewing is after midnight. The meteor shower, 60 to 80 per hour. So get out there and view some of the meteor showers tonight, but wait till we're through. You need to know your weathercast and sportscast coming up as well. Let's check out a little promo for Vine. Check out one of our WeatherNet sites. Stone Harbor Elementary School got up to 82 degrees today, 75 degrees. Right now, the official high at the airport today, 86 degrees. The normal high, 85. The record high, 99. The record low, 53. All right, the big question, why has the ocean been so warm sitting off the Jersey coast and Delaware coastline? Well, two reasons. Number one, the winter was so mild, so the ocean didn't really cool down all that much. But number two, the stronger reason, the Gulf Stream, that warm ocean current that normally sits about 200 miles or so off the Jersey coastline, is being forced westbound due to a steady diet of east winds, pushing the Gulf Stream towards the coast. The Gulf Stream, normally the temperature is 80 or above, so that's why temperatures have been flirting with 75 to 80 along the Jersey coast, Delaware coast, and that's why the fish are just kind of confused. All right, scattered showers tonight. No, scattered meteor showers for tonight. Readings in the 70s with mainly clear skies, ideal for viewing. The cool spot, Pocono, 61 degrees, and the mild spot, Atlantic City and Stone Harbor at 76. All right, exclusive Earth Watch fly. We pull back. Look at this. Those are not meteor showers. Those are cool arrows coming in from Canada. Less humid flow over us for tonight, over us for tomorrow, courtesy of this nice, friendly Canadian high. Sitting pretty for Thursday. Lots of sunshine, low humidity. Readings in the lower 80s. That high remains in control for Friday, but begins to swing off the coast just a little bit. That means over the weekend, the return flow southwesterly around that high will scoop up some humidity and send it our way. But over the weekend, with just a slight chance of a late night shower Saturday night as that front goes through. Your forecast for tonight, clear and comfy. Lows around 65. Tomorrow, golden sunshine, a nice one, nice and dry, 84 for the high. Your 5-day forecast, golden for Thursday. Friday, nice, 85. Saturday, more humid, maybe a late night shower. Sunday, clearing out the skies, 84 degrees. And yes, we bring back Marvy for Monday with highs around 85 degrees. So a nice stretch shaping up.
Yeah, I'll say.
Okay.
Looks good. Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Still ahead on News 10 at 11, a key member of the Eagles' defense returns to the field.
Vi has that story coming up.
contract talk, but it's too much to hope for 2 nights in a row.
You know, yes, 2 nights in a row. And I don't know why they're doing it now, Larry, given the state of the Phillies, but they're rewarding people. The Phillies like what they see in their manager, so much so that they extended the contract of Terry Francona tonight and all of his coaches through the year 2000. Maybe they'll make the playoffs by then. But tonight, against the Diamondbacks, 5th inning, no score. Mark Parent takes Brian Anderson deep. That's his first homer since September 25th, 1996. Maybe he'll get a new contract. Phillies dugout had to get a chuckle out of that one. Parent with his first homer in the Phillies uniform. Phil's leader right now. Bobby Abreu just hit a 2-run homer. It's 5-0. And from the Don't Try This at Home file, today in Chicago, White Sox pitcher Scott Iyer with a barehanded grab to throw out Oakland's Mike McFarlane. Boy, that's gotta hurt. Ouch. Now, here's your home run leaders update. All 3 in action, all 3 without a homer so far, but Mark McGwire is at the plate as I speak. It's in 10 innings. In the 10th inning, McGwire stands at 47, Sosa 1 behind, and Ken Griffey Jr. hasn't hit a home run in 11 straight games and 50 at-bats. One of the Eagles walking wounded, got in some work today at training camp. Defensive tackle Rhett Hall is experiencing some pain in his left knee that was operated on last season, and now tendonitis has set in. He hopes to see some playing time this Friday against the Steelers. So far, though, the biggest lesson learned in camp is to be patient.
You know, it's been very frustrating, you know, simply because I see my teammates out there working and you know, we're all trying to get something accomplished, and I want to be part of that. And if I'm not out there working, I'm not helping much. So it felt good to get back out there.
When we return, we'll preview the final major of the PGA season. Is Tiger ready, or will Mark O'Meara win his 3rd major? We'll be back. Will be busy this week. He's still scheduled to meet with the Lindros camp tomorrow. Rod Brindamore's contract goes to arbitration on Friday. He wants $4 million, and his case got a boost today because St. Louis Blues center Pierre Turgeon received the highest arbitration award ever, getting $4.65 million. Pete Sampras celebrated his 27th birthday today, and the only gift he wants is to regain his #1 ranking. Sampras was a straight set winner over Martin Dam today at the ATP Championship, and he can regain the world's top spot by making it to the finals because current #1 Marcelo Rios of Chile was upset in his first round of the tournament last night. The PGA Championship begins tomorrow in Redmond, Washington. Tiger Woods has been shut out in his last 6 majors, but he's one of the bullies this week, kicking sand in other people's faces. But Tiger's good friend Mark O'Meara has a chance to make history. If he can take home the Wanamaker Trophy this week, he'll become the first golfer since Ben Hogan back in 1953 to win 3 majors in 1 year. He won the British Open and the Masters earlier this year.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Dip themselves.
It was the Delaware Valley Lifeguard Championships.
Timers ready?
News 10 at the Quartet Swim Club in Northeast Philadelphia. Lifeguards from around the region went head-to-head in friendly competition. Events included rescue racing, life-saving techniques, and other swimming skills. This year's winner, Lower Makefield Township. Congratulations. That's it for News 10 at 11. News 10 continues at 5:30 in the morning. I'm Larry Menti.
And I'm Renee Chenault. For John, Vi, and all of us here at News 10, thanks for watching and have a great night.